I can't believe it's been 9 episodes and almost 2 years since I built my first block accurate Minecraft MOC on this channel. It started with a 4x8 beach and quickly expanded to include an underground layer and some bigger modules like a snowy plains and an igloo complete with interior and basement. Our world's gotten a lot bigger than I ever thought it would, and I've been able to put in some fun mobs and players. It's been a lot of fun to see this whole world come together. Recently, I started up building this world again, expanding it into the back and building things like a ravine, a player-built tower, and even a Mounts of Mayhem build, which leads us to episode 10. And for this episode, I wanted to do something special, so I got the idea to piece apart one of my sets and build a cherry grove biome. I will be using a lot of fun techniques in this build, so let's get building. So I really got the idea for this build when I was thinking about the pig house, and I thought I might actually get more use out of this set if I pieced it out for something that used all the bricks and tiles, because look how many tiles and bricks and plates this has in pink, and I was like, I could make a really good cherry grove biome out of this. So I decided ultimately that the pig house would serve a better purpose pieced out for a cherry tree, and that's what we're going to be building here. And we're going to make sure that it looks good from all sides and has no studs showing, meaning that this whole build was made possible by snot brick techniques. The only place in this build where anti-studs are visible is the cherry log itself, but I think that's okay because you're not really going to be seeing the underside of that. I'm really just more concerned about the things that are higher up and that you are actually looking at when you look at the build. But yeah, this tree is actually coming together quite nicely, and I tried to maximize on the horizontalness of these trees because these trees are really organic as opposed to the classic oak and birch trees that you find in game. And then this was how I made the top of it, and we didn't have to worry about anti-studs here because this was smaller than the bottom. And there's our basic build for the tree. So now it's time to tile it off. And there's our finished cherry tree. I think it looks good from all sides. The only problem I have with it is that you couldn't distinguish these pink blocks from, say, wool or clay, so I decided to add some jumpers just to make it look more organic. And I think that really did the trick on this one. So now it's time to start working on the build itself, and this is going to be one of 2 8x8 block modules that will go behind the igloo. Let me know in the comments what you think that second module should be. So I decided to add a farm to this build, and to do that I wanted to make the farmland 1/2 a plate smaller than the rest of the blocks. So I started using brackets here to make that possible, and then of course I had to have water so that the plants can actually grow here. And to make the seeds, I got a cool idea when watching a TJL Bricks video where he used the tiles on the Jungle Abomination to make those seeds for the farmland, and I think that worked really well. And I combined that with dark brown tiles for the farmland pieces. So now it's time to build up the plates around it, and time to meld the snowy tundra with the slightly warmer biome that is the cherry grove. And now it's time to tile this whole thing off. And there's our build. So if you notice, this build actually has 3 different colors of grass. We have a little bit of taiga, mainly bright green for the cherry grove, and then a little bit of regular green in the back for the plains. And now we're going to be adding some grass and pink petals, of course. And for the pink petals, I'm just using a bunch of random little white pink and darker pink pieces for those areas. And then I'll finish this off with a little pumpkin on the grass. Now it's time to add our tree, and I put some bees on it because bees love cherry groves for some reason. I have a custom block accurate beehive that I made at some point. I haven't found it yet, but when I do, I'll add it to this build. Now it's time to add some mobs, so I added a sheep hanging out, as well as this bear guy who's got some honey, and he's farming, and he's also being chased by an angry bee because he did not harvest that honey right. Maybe that's why the beehive is gone. And finally, I realized I haven't added a Minecraft wolf yet to our build, so I decided to add him here, and hopefully that bear guy will tame him. And with that, our build is basically complete. Time to add this to the rest of the world. So like I said, this build is going to go behind the igloo, and it's going to go next to Kai's tower. So it's going to fit right in there, just like that. And that's our build complete. I think it makes our world look a lot better from all sides, and we've got a couple gaps to fill now. So that's going to be our next video, is filling in a couple of those little gaps. And let me know in the comments what you want me to fill that with. But hey, that's all for this video. I hope you liked it. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.